Hey guys, it is me, Stace. Today I want to share with you my design team project for Maymay Made It, and today we are making this really fun pop-up card. Looks like this one folded flat, so it does fit into an A2 size envelope. Then you can go ahead and pop it up so it can sit on your table or your desk. And I do have mine double-sided. Super easy to make. So the first thing you will need is a piece of cardstock. This measures 4 1/4 by 11. Same color cardstock, you need 2 of these, and these both measure 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. A piece of brown cardstock, this is 3 by 5 1/2, and 2 pieces of white, and they both measure 2 1/2 by 5. I'm going to set all this aside and bring in a piece of scrap paper to do our stamping. I am using 2 of Maymay's stamps. We're using Love Is for the hearts, then we're also using the name of Jesus to do the front and also the back. So first with the hearts, I'm going to bring in my red ink. This is just Stampin' Up! Watermelon Wonder. And I have the hearts on my block. Now this is red ink, and I don't want it to be that red on my paper. So I'm going to ink it up, then just kind of stamp it off a little bit, and then stamp it on. So I'm inking it up in the red, stamping it off 2 times just to kind of tone down that red so it's not so bright. And I already went ahead and did that on this side to save some time. I'm going to go ahead and close my ink up. Now we're going to work on this piece here for the card base. You're going to bring in your trimmer and a bone folder. And you're going to line this up, and we're going to score this on the 11-inch side at 1 inch. So lining it up at the 1-inch mark, creasing that, then go down to 2 3/4, 3 3/4, and then 5 1/2, then 7 1/4, 8 1/4, and our last one is going to be a 10. And now the 10-inch mark. All right. Now when you look at this piece, you can see here the middle, this is where the 5 1/2-inch score mark is. You want to line that up with the cutting guide on your trimmer. Bring up your blade, and we're going to cut this from the 1/2-inch mark on the ruler down to the 3 3/4-inch mark. So I'm going to line that up at 3 3/4. Push down and then go all the way up to the 1/2-inch. And all we did there was cut a slice out of it. Alright, now we're going to take our bone folder and go ahead and finger press all the score marks. Now I do recommend a sturdy cardstock for this. This is the Paper Tray Ink, I forget the color, Lemon Tart. But I do recommend a strong cardstock. Okay, now we have these 2 flaps on the end. We're going to take some sticky strip or sticky tape and put this on the very end of that piece on both sides. Okay, that is done. Take your bone folder and just give that a rub. And now we can set that aside and work on our stamping. So I have my 2 pieces here, because I'm doing mine front and back. If you want to have just one side, you would need just one of these pieces. Alright, so we're going to work with the Name of Jesus stamp set. I'm going to take the backing off because we are using a lot of images here. Put this back in my little bag so I don't lose the cover sheet. Alright, so let me grab my block. Alright, now what I want to do, you can see with this stamp, there's the bold lettering and the cursive lettering and also the regular print. I want one side to be that way and the other side to be the bold. So I'm going to first grab the script word. Just bring back our paper. Lay that down. Put my block on it. And I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! Tip Top Taupe ink just to add the brown that I used here. I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to stamp off just to make sure I have a good coverage on my block, on my stamp. So I bring in the one piece. I'm going to stamp this in the upper top on an angle. This way it fits on there. straight down, straight up. And I do have my stamp cleaner and my stamp scrubber over here. I'm going to give it a squirt, clean that off. So I can take it off my block and put it right back on the sheet there. All right, now the next one I want is the sweetest name I know. Put that on my block. Again, just stamp off to make sure. Clean that off. Now, keep in mind when you're doing this, you want to leave about a 1-inch space on the bottom because you won't see that part. All right, next we're going to be doing Cares for You. Absolutely love this stamp set. A really good one for bookmarks for little kids. All right, let's clean that one off and put that one back. And then lastly, we have Trade Sorrows for Joy. That's a really good Christian song, Trading My Sorrows. All right. Let's put this one down here. I'm going to set that aside and work on the other one. Clean this one off, put that back on. I'm going to flip my card around so I can see this. All right, now we have, like I said, the more bold font. We're going to ink it up again, test it on our scrap paper just to make sure we have good coverage. The stamp is covered nice, and again, we're going to go on an angle to make sure it fits up there. Straight down, straight up. Clean the stamp off as you go and then put it back. All right, next we're going to go with Is Mighty to Save. Again, I'm going to go on a little bit of an angle the opposite way. And then we're going to go Forever Faithful. How true is that? Such a good feeling knowing he's always there. All right. Bring this one down here. And our last one is going to be Waymaker. So true, right? He always makes our ways. All right, then bring this one down. Again, leaving that 1-inch opening at the bottom. Clean that off and put that aside. So now we're done with that stamp set. We're going to go back to the Love Is one. You can see we used the 3 larger hearts for the background. We're going to use the middle solid heart to kind of jazz these 2 pieces up. So I'm going to bring in my red ink, close the brown. And again, because this is red and I want it to kind of come off more as a pink color or a lighter red, I'm going to ink it up, stamp it off twice, make sure I have good coverage first. Stamp it off twice and then stamp on. Just so it's not so bright. And I'm just kind of stamping here and there just to bring in more of the color. Oop, okay. Make sure you go off your paper. I am having my hearts go all the same direction. Normally I would have them go different directions, but in this case I do want them all to be the right way. And I will put a few hearts kind of below our last saying here, just so you can see that when the card's folded. You know, and I decided to make this double-sided because I think it's because of the way it stands, it'll be really pretty on a desk, so you can always see the good message and the person on the opposite side of the desk also can see the good message as well. But like I said, if you want to make it single-sided, you can do that. Okay, just a few more down here, even though we're not really going to see them. Okay, that's going to close this ink up and bring in our card. All right, let's bring in our pieces. So we have the brown, the 2 pieces of yellow, and our 2 white. We're going to glue these guys together. I'm using Art Glitter Glue. It is the glue of my choice. Okay, we're going to put this on one side. Of that, make sure it's straight. if you're making it one-sided, you can certainly write your greeting on the other side. All right, now let's glue these two pieces to the brown. That one's a little bit off center, but it's okay. It's the message that's important, right? Okay, flip this one over. And then put this one on the back side of that. So this stamp set makes really good, you can get a lot of use out of it by making bookmarks. Alright, so that all that is nice and secure. Now we're going to bring in our card base, take off that tape. Okay, on both sides. Alright, now we're going to stick this in, that slice we made. Before I do that though, I do want to take my bone folder just to kind of open that up a little bit, because this is a thick cardstock. Okay, put that in there, just like that. You're going to fold this end down that has the tape on it, and then just bring this over in the center, lining it up at the bottom. And you see here, that's where we'll lose that 1 inch. Then just bring this piece over, have it folded, and then line it up on the bottom as well. Give it a good rub. Okay, and there's the card. So when you go like this, it stands. Isn't that precious? All right, so I'm going to push this guy back in here. Last thing I want to add is some twine. And this one I have the bow, I'm going to go this way, slide the bow on the opposite side. Just using this jute twine here. Take my bone folder and kind of uncoil it, so it's easier to tie into a bow, even though I always have a hard time with bows. I'm going to go in the front. And bring this in the center of that area, in that section. And then hopefully tie it to a bow. I always say hopefully, because sometimes it works out really good, sometimes it does not, especially on camera. I could probably tie 5 perfect bows off camera. The minute that camera goes on, it's like I get camera shy, or my fingers don't work. Alrighty, now we're just going to finagle it, make the loops a bit smaller. I always like it having my loops smaller, because as I pull it to tighten it, they'll get a little bit larger. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for the first time. Go and cut this off and that off. And I have the tape stuck to my scissors. Alright, so there you have it. Isn't that precious? Love that. So we're going to, again, just push it down. You can see we have all the sayings there and all the sayings there. So we have that one and this one. So it's just showing you both sides. Alright guys, there you have it. Any questions at all, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.